He trying to make me out of a bad guy and trying to make him like a saint. Like, I'm cool with him believing in God, but we know.
We try to be as much fair as we can.
Yeah, they know that you can like get disqualified for all that, or like when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know.
But I had him winning. I had him up at least 3 rounds.
Oh.
At least 3 rounds.
Oh. Not including the knockdown.
Davis is in panic mode after WBA President Gilberto Mendoza's shocking statement regarding his fight against Roach. Mendoza took to X, saying, "Let me repeat. I stand by what was expressed last Sunday in Ring magazine based on my 30 years plus experience. Taking a knee without a punch shall be ruled a knockdown. It affected the result of the fight." This statement puts Davis under immense scrutiny, as it suggests the fight's result could have been influenced by an incorrect ruling. Fans and analysts are now questioning whether the fight should be reviewed or even overturned following the controversial draw between Davis and Lamont Roach Jr. The New York State Athletic Commission admitted to a technical issue that prevented officials from properly reviewing a potential knockdown in the 9th round. This revelation has sparked outrage among fans and analysts, as the missed call could have significantly impacted the fight's outcome, with WBA President Gilberto Mendoza already stating that taking a knee without a punch should be ruled. A knockdown pressure is mounting on NY SOC to address the situation.
Override his decisions or knockdowns. Some skeptics have suggested that Willis's call benefited Davis unfairly, but we do not subscribe to that notion. In our long experience judging fights, we see no evidence of favoritism, only a referee prioritizing the physical safety of a fighter who appeared compromised by an eye injury, which I actually get. I understood that statement because, hey, look, Steve Willis he didn't call it a knockdown.
You take a knee like that, that looks like a knockdown, all right?
So I think it's going to be very difficult for the New York State Athletic Commission to review this and then call it a knockdown. Because here's the thing. The fight could have gone completely differently if Gervonta was told that it was a knockdown officially. Gervonta could have then responded differently, because let the truth be known, Gervonta didn't even know it was the 12th round when it was the 12th round. He thought it was the 8th.
Forgot where he was at. He thought he was still in the 8th round. He thought he still had rounds to go.
12th round. He said, damn, it's the 12th? Yeah, it's the 12th and you're down. Tank didn't know what round it was. So, if it was brought to his attention by Steve Willis that it was officially a knockdown, the fight could have gone differently, making it very difficult to review this after the fact and overturn it. But the problem is, still, though Steve Willis did not call it a knockdown officially, he also didn't call it a slip.
You take a knee like that looks like a knockdown.
He had to pick one or the other. And according to the rules, if it's a slip, the referee has to let it.
Tank Davis explained the 9th round controversy, saying he took a knee because something got in his eye. And he didn't want to be noticed, however, he admitted. "But I didn't know I could get disqualified for this." His statement has sparked further debate about the fight's outcome.
I must say, do it enough.
Can you describe what the feeling was like in the ring? And was it to get the towel out, to get the burn out of your eyes, or what was going on? And
I didn't want to get caught. I didn't want to get caught while my eyes was burning. And you know, like, you can get knocked out like that. So I'd rather take the knee than, you know. But I didn't really know that you can like get disqualified for all that. Or like, when you start counting, I'm like, what the hell? But I don't know. It's cool.
WBA President Gilberto Mendoza presented Tank Davis with a gift originally given to him by a fan, symbolizing their close relationship. This gesture highlighted the mutual respect and affection between the two. However, despite this, Mendoza emphasized that rules are paramount and must be upheld, indicating that he cannot defend Davis if he disobeys them. This underscores the importance of impartiality and integrity in boxing governance, ensuring that personal relationships do not interfere with the enforcement of regulations.
this, that, and the other. Like, it all kind of felt like an afterthought. And then the fight happens, and truth be told, like, the fight wasn't the best fight of all time. It was fine. It wasn't your vintage Tank Davis fight. There wasn't a knockout. There wasn't a knockdown scored by him. It was just sort of fine. If that was your first time watching Tank, you're probably like, okay, yeah, sort of, I get it. But it kind of speaks to his demeanor going into the fight. Like, it just felt a little bit underwhelming. And then we get to the 9th round, and then it's complete madness, because in the 9th round, you probably have heard by now, the fight is moving along, and it is important to note that Lamont Roach lands a jab or two, and where we want to start the clock is up to, debate, but he certainly lands a punch. And then seconds after that punch lands, that jab lands, all of a sudden Tank Davis takes a knee. He quickly takes a knee, and there it is right there. 9th round, 217. He is taking a knee, and he's looking to his corner. And he also, ever so briefly, it appears as though he's almost trying to call time. Let me tell you, in case you don't know, in boxing, you take a knee, that's considered a knockdown. You cannot call time. And you know what you also can't do? You also can't go to your corner mid-round and ask them to wipe your face. Ask them to do anything. You can't get a swig of water. You can't do this. You cannot do that. But that all happened. And so the referee for this fight is a legendary referee. Steve Willis, you have probably seen him in GIFs. He's got that kind of like big-eyed look. You've definitely seen him. He's a veteran of the fight game. I'm not exactly sure what happened. I'm not suggesting he was in on it. But like, there was certainly a fumbling.
MMA journalist Ariel Helwani reviewed the Davis versus Roach, about describing it as satisfactory but not exceptional. He particularly focused on the controversial 9th round when Davis took a knee. Helwani argued that in boxing, such actions should be deemed a knockdown as per standard rules. This perspective aligns with the sentiments of many fans and analysts who believe that the referee's decision not to count the knee as a knockdown significantly impacted the fight's outcome. The incident has sparked debates about rule interpretations and the consistency of officiating in boxing matches.
Assessment on his fight against Lamont Roach, and what are your thoughts on the knockdown that wasn't called in round 9?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was a good fight overall. Lamont, I always knew Lamont was, he wasn't coming to lay down. I've been knowing Lamont since we was kids, so we came up in amateurs together. So I knew Lamont was serious. He was coming in there to fight, but he did a lot better than I thought he would, and I thought he won the fight personally. Yeah, the no knockdown, that was like unheard of. It was the first time I've ever seen it with my own 2 eyes.
Fellow lightweight boxer Devin Haney shared his thoughts on the Roach-Davis fight, acknowledging Roach's skill level and expressing his belief that Roach deserved the victory. Haney's perspective adds weight to the ongoing discussions about the fight's outcome, considering his expertise and standing in the boxing community. Interview 6. Post-fight tensions between Tank Davis and Lamont Roach have escalated on social media platforms, particularly as formerly Twitter. Both fighters have engaged in public exchanges debating the outcome of their first fight and the possibility of a rematch.
I called it cherry pick, and he got his ass kicked, in my opinion. I know people gonna come for me, but I had him winning. I had him up at least 3 rounds. At least 3 rounds.
Not including the knockdown.
Yeah. It was, to me, if it would have been 116, 112, I'd have been okay with that. So in Roach's favor.
You let your psychology get to you too, huh?
Hey, I know what I was watching.
What did you have it after 4 rounds, Zatel?
4 rounds.
2-2.
I'm sorry, after 6. Why did I say 4?
4-2.
Because I had it 4-2.
4-2 Davis.
I had it 4-2 Davis. What did you have it after 6?
I had it 5-1 for Roach.
For Roach?
He said, okay, I brought you on the show now. That's why.
Listen.
At the end, I felt like I had Roach winning.
Judges give the first
yeah,
round
at the end of 12, I had 7-5 Roach. But.
Yeah, I had 7-5 Roach.
Say again?
Didn't some of the judges give the first round to Tank?
I think so. I think he might be right about that.
How? He landed 1 punch.
Yeah.
Roach landed 3 punches to his 1, and he was the aggressor. How did Tank win that round?
Yeah,
because he's.
Interview 7. Several boxing analysts have reviewed the fight and concluded that even without counting the controversial 9th round incident as a knockdown, Lamont Roach appeared to have won at least 3 more rounds than Davis. Interview 8. The boxing community. There is a faction that believes Lamont Roach Jr. was the rightful winner of the fight, but was denied victory due to Davis's prominence and marketability in the sport. This perspective suggests that external factors such as Davis' status and drawing power may have influenced the fight's outcome,